Hey guys, I have another misadventure going on. So I added 10 mLs of this really pretty emerald green Rit dye, and it was just like way too much. I have a speckled yarn I already dyed, hanging to dry. I don't have it on the camera right now, and it was too much. So then I added this, and there was still too much dye. So then I added this, and there's still too much dye still. So you could see the water is still really blue. So I'm curious if I add more roving to this side, if it will go ahead and sponge it up. So I made this little cinnamon roll of yarn, little yarn roll, and it's dry obviously, so I haven't wet it or anything, and I'm going to go ahead and just shove it in there and see what happens. So I'm just letting it kind of soak a bit under the water, and then to absorb some of the water so that it won't just float on top. Without really, I don't want to mess with it too much. I want it to do its thing, but I do want to kind of encourage it a tiny bit at the beginning. Okay, so I'm going to wait and see if this helps kind of finish up the rest of the color. It should, or if I have to keep going, I will. I only probably put about 5 or 6 feet of roving here, and probably like more like 8 feet on this side. So I could put a little bit more if I wanted to, but I wanted to kind of see what happens if I just play around with a little bit more roving, and if it's probably going to be blue, because I've already exhausted all of the green color. It looks like from the water, so all that's really left are those blue dyes that are kind of stubborn. They stick around a little bit longer, but that's cool in this situation, because then we'll get to see some difference in color from this to this, especially when comparing the two rovings. And then I have this to compare to the other yarn that I dyed using the same dye bath. The other one I wound into a cake first, so similar to like this style, you know, I just wound it up into a ball, and I plopped it in there. That was the first thing to go in the water, and it turned out so beautiful. I'm gonna go grab it. It's still drying, but I have to show you because it's beautiful. And it's completely obviously relevant to this conversation, so I'm going to scooch that over and put that here, just so you guys can see. It's just awesome, awesome, awesome color. So the outside of the ball got most of the color. It got that really deep green. Let's make sure you guys can see it all. And then towards the middle, I have white spots and lots of green speckles, and this really pretty, like mint. What do you call it? It lightened to like a mint green color. So that's really neat. That's in there. So this one has been drying for a bit. Yeah, and you can see that deep, deep, deep green right there. That was on the outside, and then it gets lighter. So, yeah, I put that in, and it was just way too much color. It's funny that there's even white spots, because there was so much dye left. I could not believe it. And that's why I put more. I just keep adding more and more. And just to keep in mind, this is only 10 mLs of color. I used a syringe, a lot of syringes. My daughter has a lot of medical stuff going on. So I always do things with syringes, but if you were to do it with like a tablespoon or a teaspoon, I believe a tablespoon is 15 mLs. Probably correct me if I'm wrong. So it's not even a tablespoon of color, and it did all of this. This is crazy to me. These are this is wool of the Andes, the Knit Picks wool of the Andes bare, and it is 100% Peruvian wool. It is not superwash, and this is superwash. This is superwash merino roving that I put in there. So yeah, let me see. I'm going to turn this over just to kind of see what kind of color we're getting. Here, move please.
Sure, Mom.
Thanks. And yeah, you can see it's already turning blue. I'm gonna actually flip it back over. I shouldn't have, you know, I'm just gonna stop touching it because at this point I don't want to mess up the wool. But yeah, I'm gonna let it do its thing from here on out and not really mess with it. And see if we can kind of get some of that color saturation to kind of stick to that roving and maybe finally see a clear bath. I don't know how much more wool I'm going to be able to dye with just this less than a tablespoon. It's crazy to me. So yeah, we'll be back in a little bit to try to see if we see any changes to the water bath. It's still looking pretty blue.
Pretty blue.